I'm Alan Johnson. I'm a trainer and one of the directors here at Change Working. We're a training company that trains people skills, including things like NLP, Neurolinguistic Programming. We also do some therapeutic training, some eye movement therapy and a couple of the non-clinical approaches. And also we offer one-to-one services for people for stress management, for their well-being. And we help organisations with their leadership, communication skills, and also to understand how each other tick. And I think that's really the message for what we do, is understanding how we are as an individual person, how other people are and how they might be different to us, and how we cross those bridges.
I'm Jackie Johnson. My title is Wellbeing Coach. I specialise in working with children, helping children overcome unhelpful emotions. Biggest one, most common one is anxiety, but it could be anxiety, overwhelm, which is a new one for the kids, anger, low mood, sadness. I also work with the elderly. I've been working with Age UK now 6 years. So my project at the moment is working with the elderly who are very, very anxious because of the cost of living.
So Change Working has been going since 2005, although it was called something else in those days. So essentially it's been running in various different guises. It's been doing training in specific locations, and then more of the training has been done within organisations. A lot of my work's been in the public sector, but also worked in the private sector, which is something that's increased over the last few years, helping people manage their stress levels apart from anything else, and understanding their new recruits and how the people's well-being is really, really important, especially since lockdown. I think there's been a lot of people struggling with their mental well-being, their emotional well-being, possibly don't have really quick and easy ideas of how to help with that. So we've got some solutions for that.
All my clients were doing really well because I was using my NLP skills and techniques to help them understand themselves, to make better decisions for themselves, and there's certain techniques that really does promote self-care.
So in Change Working, we specialise in understanding how people tick. So it's almost gives you a little framework to understand the differences we have between each other. And when we meet people that we know and we get along with really well, really quickly, it's easy to connect with them and it's easy to influence them if we want to sell to them, if we want to manage those people. But when people are slightly different to us, we may not quite understand what's going on there. So NLP that I train especially allows people to see the differences between people, therefore have some language, have some approaches that works when you might experience them as being a bit difficult, or you might experience them as being reluctant to communicate. A lot of the stuff that we train allows for people to improve their communication and understand what's going on underneath the surface of people. So when it's in the workplace, it's how do you become a good leader, how do you become a good influencer of people. When it's personal development, it's how do I get the best out of me, how do I feel most confident, most happy, most calm in the right times. And then if people are working therapeutically, so I train a lot of people who are coaches and therapists and work with other people, some really quick and effective techniques that can help.
Welcome to Jackie Johnson Wellbeing. Because everything else has failed. After 3 years of psychiatry, psychology, CAMS, and being a member of the eating disorder team, nothing. 4 sessions with Jackie. She's now in school full-time, doing really well. She's eating her mum out of house and home. She's stopped making herself sick and she was happy.
I think the approach we have is really friendly and personable, and we're definitely proud of our ground level working. So it's really easy to understand, it's really easy to apply, and essentially that's what attracted me to it. So even though in my background I was a mental health nurse, the reason I started this approach is because of my own mental health problems, and I wanted something that was really able to work quickly. Medication's okay, but it doesn't work very quickly. It doesn't help the person change, the way they are going forward. So I went off on a journey looking for stuff that was really simple, really easy to understand, and I could just take it on board. And I found it so easy to do that when other techniques and other approaches can be really convoluted and complicated. So I think we make it simple, we make it easy, and we make it so that people can use it straight away and go out and use it and find differences in their world quite quickly. Change Working will provide services that will really change things in the areas that people need to change. It's called Change Working for a reason. It's either I'm changing personally, my personal development to make me grow, to be more confident, more happy, more calm, or I'm changing systems so that they work more smoothly. I'm changing the communication, or we can change the communication within an organisation. So if we've got people who aren't really understanding each other or not working very well, or people who are leading and not getting the best out of their people, it can give you some really quick wins to get things moving very, very quickly. We do it in a really personal, down-to-earth way, and always bespoke what we do for people, so there isn't a fixed kind of process or program. It's developed to be the right program for the people that we're working with.